Hi everyone, this is Taylor Owens, and this is going to be my reflection video for Law and Policy. So starting with the first question, talking about what will stick with me, I think one of the main things that is going to stick with me is what I learned about Title IX. And I say that because I learned a lot about it through the assignments I was involved in. The case study I chose dealt with Title IX, and then also my professional development presentation was about Title IX. And before this class, I knew what Title IX was, but I wasn't knowledgeable enough to quite understand it fully. So now, after all of the cases I've read and just the research I've done, and Morgan O'Kella's discussion that she had with us, I really learned a lot more about what it is and how it impacts students, and that it's not just sexual assault. One thing that I thought of Title IX before this class was it relating to sexual assault in some manner, and after all of the assignments that I've done, I've learned that that's not the case, and that there's so much more that it encompasses, and that students can be impacted through multiple areas of their student college experience, whether that's housing, athletics. It covers so many more things than I originally thought, and so that's definitely going to stick with me as I go through my student affairs career. My aha moment, I would definitely say just realizing how much law and policy connects to higher education. I remember in our first class, Dr. McClure asked us of a specific example that contracts were involved in higher education. And I remember just having a hard time thinking of one, and now it's funny to just think about how many different areas and aspects that law and policy connects to higher education. And just with contracts in general, as an undergrad, you don't realize how many contracts you're signing and how many legal documents you're signing without even reading, because I know I didn't. And just that relationship that you have with your university, whether you're work study, a GA, an employee of the university, all those contracts and how they play a role in your time as a student. Especially learning about the relationship that it creates with you and your university as a student, where as you have that contractual relationship, you can expect things from your university just as they expect them from you, which I thought was really neat to learn. An area of growth that I really think I improved upon was, like I said earlier, Title IX. I definitely learned a lot more about it than I knew before, and that can be the same about affirmative action. Before this class, I knew what it was, kind of, but now I have a better understanding of it. I'm still not an expert, I'm not an expert in any of these topics, but it's definitely something that I learned more about and how it plays a role in universities, why they have it, and how it impacts the students and the university itself. And then also something I learned a lot about was financial aid. I didn't really think that was going to be a topic we would cover, but just learning about the system and the student debt and the trends that happen. It's definitely a process I don't understand, but I did learn a lot more about it through that discussion, and it made me think a lot more about my own financial aid and my own student debt and how I wish I didn't have as much as I do. Something I would like to learn more about, like I said, I'm not an expert in anything, so I would still love to learn more about Title IX, affirmative action, and just be confident in what I'm telling other people, and keep learning so that I'm able to educate other people that may not know, like I didn't. So I would always want to learn more about affirmative action and why students should know about it. And then also, in whatever position I have in the future, what specific laws and policies impact me in that position, because I think it's really important to be knowledgeable about what's going to impact you in your career and how you work with students and what you can do and what you can't do, and just things to be aware of as you are working in higher ed, and on a college campus, because like I said earlier, law and policy is so intertwined with it, so it's just important to know how to work the system, I guess, and how to be in higher ed and not cross that line of law and policy. So overall, I've really enjoyed this class. I learned a lot more than I was expecting. Because I was really skeptical in the beginning. What I knew about law and policy came from shows like Criminal Minds and Law and Order, so I definitely learned a lot, and will try to continue to learn more. It's definitely an interesting topic to me now, where before I was definitely scared of this class, but now, now it's really an interesting topic to see how it all plays a role. So I hope you have a great summer, and thanks for a wonderful class.